Okay, so hopefully third time's a charm. Are you able to hear me? I got a new mic and I'm trying it out, and I didn't really have time to test it the way I used to because I'm working on this being real and just real and I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be me. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to cry. I'm probably going to giggle. I'm going to cry some more. And hopefully you can understand my emotions and you'll get something out of this. So let's start. Where do I start? I guess I start from the beginning. Welcome, family. Welcome to Blue Couch Chat. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Please drop in the chat where you're tuning in from. Let's see who's with us tonight. I know my friend Tim is here. He manages to show up for me in so many ways, even when it's hard. And I don't know where I would be without him, honestly. He's my bestie. He's my buff fam, and I love him forever. Gregory Hall, hello. I'm glad that you're here from Toronto. And I'm glad to say that you're finally able to see what I do if you haven't already. And I hope we can get acquainted. We have a lot in person. Tim, thank you for your comments. I am going to try to do my best to be my unmitigated, transparent, real, raw, sometimes nitty gritty, sometimes uncensored self. Hey, Michael Holtz, thanks for tuning in. I know this is an impromptu, but I love you, and I hope that you'll be on here with me soon. And Tim, thanks for tuning in with the bears and the kiddos. I'll try to keep this as G as I can. G also meaning gangsta, not just G as in general audience. Had to put my little sense of humor in there. So welcome to Blue Couch Chat. For those who don't know, blue represents colorectal cancer, which I am going to be a 14-year survivor from in October of this year. I was diagnosed 29 stage 3C. If you don't know my story yet, it's because I haven't shared it on here yet. But there are places where you can find it. It's all over the place. And I will share it when I'm ready to share it. But for right now, this platform is not about me. It's about you guys having somewhere to share your stories and have your voices heard, because every story needs to be shared and every voice deserves to be heard. And no story is more important than the other, and no voice is more important than the other. And so I want you to know that I will not turn away any story or anyone who reaches out to me to share their story. You can reach out to me either on bluecouchchat@outlook.com or at Shannon@bluecouchchat.org or info@bluecouchchat.org. I'll put those links in just a few. Hey, Anaid, haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for joining me when I finally came back at it. I love you, girl. Yes, Tim, this is the Gangsta Show. We are all gangsters for surviving life, for surviving cancer, and just surviving life in general. Nobody's life is easy, I don't think. And I really can't wait to celebrate with you as well. So let's also plug Tim's Showing Up event. I used to be Tim's co-host until he kind of fired me. LOL. But his show is amazing. I still support him in every way, just like he does me. And it's called Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. It's about anybody connected to cancer in any way. And even as friends, even if you had a dog who had cancer, you're affected by cancer. Cancer is just an awful illness. It doesn't matter who or what has it. Tim is having an in-person event in October, and hopefully he can come on and he can promote that show. He can promote his event before it happens. I would love for him to come on and do that. So, Tim, let's make that happen. I love you right back, Michael. You have the biggest part of my heart. And yes, we are paging the real Russ and Leah Hedge. I love you, Russ. Gregory, I'd love to have you on and have you share as well. And I think we can do a lot of collaborations. We've already spoken about it, but let's make it happen for real. I love you, Anae. Thank you for all the support you've always given me. And we definitely need to link up at some point. Yes, Tim, we're live gangstas. And breaking news, now that I've gone through all the comments, I'm going to do my intro now. So let's do that. But you guys are more important than anything I wanted to say. And since you guys had joined me right at the beginning, I wanted to make sure that I did that before I even introduced what was going to happen tonight. So again, welcome back to Blue Couch Chat. For those of you who don't know, the color blue is not just my favorite color. My nails. Tim asked about my nails. This is my nail cam. And it's the color of the ribbon for colorectal cancer, which I'm a survivor of. I was 29 when I was diagnosed with stage 3C. Did not show on a scan. It was found during exploratory surgery. So I push that everyone does a colonoscopy, because just because you're sick doesn't mean it's going to show on a scan. My cancer almost killed me before it was even found. As Tim said, join us October 3rd to 5th at the in-person event in NY at perspectivesoncancer.com if you haven't already done so to register. And woohoo for the nail cam. So let's start this again. Hey, family. Welcome back to Blue Couch Chat. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the space, like I said, where blue is a color for colorectal cancer. It's also my favorite color. So it kind of worked out. Couch is the place where you invite someone to be comfortable. It's also like a site couch, where it's a safe place where things stay with us and there's confidentiality. I mean, it's like kind of live, so there is no confidentiality. What you put out there is what you put out there, but you have a choice of what you want to put out there. And I want you to know that. If you are more comfortable doing a pre-recorded video where you can decide what we want to edit out and keep in, I am open to that. If you want to do if you want to come on the live stream, but you don't want to share your face, you're welcome to come on with an avatar and not have to show who you are and even use a pseudonym. I am fine with that. However, you are comfortable sharing your story and being an advocate, I am open to whatever you are comfortable with. I just want to make sure that if you want your voice to be heard and you want your story to be shared, you're able to do that in a way that you want to do it and the way that you're comfortable with. So a chat is what we're having right now. As you can see, my ADHD is kind of kicking in and I'm all over the place, but a chat is an unscripted conversation, and it's real, it's raw, it's genuine, and it's between two friends like what we're doing now. This is the space that is the safe place to talk about your shit. The real, the physical. Colon cancer is extra shitty. Cancer is shitty. But also the mental health shit that we go through, because life, it lifes. And this is a space where we keep it real, we keep it raw, and we keep it rooted in truth. So a quick note before we dive in. I am not your doctor. I'm not your therapist. I am not a lawyer. I am none of the three. Nothing I share here is medical or legal advice, except for making sure that if you have symptoms, you go and get a colonoscopy and you see a doctor. You have symptoms of any kind for any kind of thing, you need to go see a doctor. If you have any mental health issues, which is still physical health and mental and health care, we need to get rid of that stigma. You need to make sure that you find a therapist, or you reach out to a friend or a loved one that you can trust, or you can call or dial or text 988. They're available 24/7 to help you. This is just me, the real me, sharing what I've lived, what I've learned, what I've experienced, what I'm still learning, and what I'm still struggling through. Take what serves you, leave what doesn't. And please, like I said, get professional support when you need it and if you need it. Now, let's talk about stress, mental health, and showing up even when it's messy. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your week really been? Please put it in the comments. I'm going to be honest. My week has been up and down between a 1 and maybe a 5. And I've had weeks where I was at 0, and I've had days this week where I've been in the negatives and honestly wanted to give up, or to just, if God had taken me, I wouldn't have been mad. I would have been relieved. And I think we've all had those points. Tim says that he was at an 8. I'm happy, Tim. That's pretty damn good. I wish it was a 10. Maybe next week I can help you get there as your friend. Gregory, 9. That is awesome to hear. I'm hoping next week it'll be even better. Yes, Tim, you still need a freaking colonoscopy. We're going to have that conversation one day. And life, it does life. And sometimes it MF in lives. And I'm glad I could create this safe place, just like you've created your community and your family and showing up. You're right, Gregory. Colonoscopy can't see past the cell wall or past the colon wall. But the great thing about a colonoscopy is that it's not just diagnostic, it's also screening, and it's also preventative. Because if your GI sees a polyp in your colon or your rectum or anywhere in your colorectal GI tract, he can remove the polyp, and that prevents you from getting cancer. Trust me, I would have rather done a colonoscopy than have had to go through chemo, having an ostomy, and major surgeries. So please do the colonoscopy. Don't put it off. The new screening age is 45, and that is because colorectal cancer is no longer an old man's disease. That's why this space is here, and I focus on early onset colorectal cancer. People are being diagnosed. Vinny, my friend Jackie's son, was diagnosed at 15. He passed away at 17. He was diagnosed with stage 4. My friend Connor, he was diagnosed at 17. He passed at 18. There are just so many people. Becky lost her daughter. She was 29. And Gloria. So we've lost a lot of teenagers, a lot of young people. Most of my friends who have passed away, and they're in the hundreds, in the past 14 years I've been a survivor, most of them have been under the age of 50. And those who passed away over the age of 50, they were diagnosed at 50. So that just goes to tell you that if you're 45 or under, have a family history, or have any changes in your bowels, movements, or no appetite or abdominal pain, blood in the stool, thin stool, black stool, red stool, anything just wrong with your number 2, please go see your GI. And please, please, please urge for a colonoscopy. If your doctor doesn't want to listen because you're under the age of 45, please reach out to me and I will help you to write a letter to your doctor with medical reasons and stats and medical papers to back up why you need a colonoscopy or why your child does. Because our children, we are the ones who have to advocate for them as their parents, as my parents would have had to advocate for me when I was 17. Paging the couch, it's being worked on. And yes, we're going. Hey, Marky, it has been a while since I've been live. I've been struggling with some mental health issues and I was focusing on me, but now we're back and I'm here to explain everything. And thank you for joining me. And thank you for all the support that you've given me over all these years. We need to catch up soon, soon, soon. All right. I love you. I love you, Tim. I love all of you. So let's go back to it. Tim says that seeing a therapist is one of the best things that he's done. Tim, thank you for being open about that, because we need to see that therapy and taking care of our mental care and our mental health care is just as it would be as if we were to go to get stitches in our finger if it hurt. Our brain is still a body part, and our thoughts are still part of our health. And so we need to get rid of that stigma. Seeing a therapist doesn't mean you're crazy. Seeing a therapist doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Seeing a therapist actually helps you to be a better person and a better you. And I hope you agree with me. Tim, I have done a lot on this earth. I do have a lot to do on this earth. I hope God keeps me here to do it. But I also hope that He gives me the strength to continue to do it because I am tired. Gregory, we'll talk about that. There are other options. So I'm here to let you know. And I would love to know why you don't want to do another one, what your bad experience was. I know that in Jamaica, they don't use sedation, and I know that's a huge issue. I know the preps are awful, but they're actually better preps here now. And I do a colonoscopy every year. And actually last year, because I went to Tim's showing up event, I actually did my prep on a plane for my colonoscopy the next day. And I only went to the bathroom once on the plane. So that just goes to show you that things really have changed. And so I would love to overcome whatever fear or stigma you have over the colonoscopy, because anything that you're feeling is probably something that a lot of other people are feeling as well. So let's have that conversation one day. Yeah, Tim, you're 2 years late. So let's work on that. 2 years, number 2. Yeah, I love number 2, but not that number 2. We can talk about that too with biofeedback and stuff. Gregory, I'd love to hear about that. And yes, Tim, we do represent all the colors here on Blue Couch Chat. That's why I didn't call it colorectal cancer chat, is because it's not just about colorectal cancer, although that is the primary focus. And yes, it can detect and correct. And if you do have an early stage colon cancer, they can actually remove that during a colonoscopy or maybe a minor surgery. So that's why it's really important to stay on top of your screenings. And I'd really love to talk to you more about that, Gregory. Thanks, Tim. You know, this hairstyle is completely out of my comfort zone, but thank you. I appreciate. Yes, we do need to talk about therapy way more, and we do need to have more therapists available for us because a lot more people need help. Life is more stressful. COVID really showed that, and there's not enough support for the people who need support. And Gregory, I am so sorry to hear that your dad committed suicide. Because honestly, I lost a cousin to suicide, and it is one of the most painful losses I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm really sorry. I know it must be really hard, and the grief never ends. I am honestly here for you whenever you need to talk. Tim, thanks. I know I goat this, but it's not the same without you helping me out. Gosh, this is hard. Preventative medicine shows every day will revive polyps. And so, yes, colonoscopies are a preventative medicine, and it is a way to potentially prevent you from getting colon cancer or rectal cancer or colorectal cancer. And yes, I did actually make a hashtag prep on a plane and a song. Prep on a plane, prep on a plane, prep on a plane, prep on a plane. It should be a trend. I might have to do it again for you. Again, Tim. So I must really love you. So let's get back. My life in the past couple of months it's been really hard. I lost my best friend Yuli in December. His birthday would have been in August. He would have been 46. He died at 45. He was diagnosed at 37. He had stage 4 cancer. He went through so much to live, and he fought so hard, and I was by his side, and I really never thought that I would be speaking to him or of him in the past tense. And we used to talk pretty much every day, just like me and Tim do. And so it's really hard to not be able to call my best friend on the phone or to text him. And I do miss him. And I've had a lot of losses since then. I also lost my baby Remy, my dog who I've had for 10 years. He was 13. He passed away in May. And I still cry because he was my cuddle buddy. He knew when I had anxiety, he knew how to help me with it, and he knew where and when I was having pain, and he would lay there without me even telling him, like a heating pad. He got me through some of the hardest days in the past 10 years that I've had him, and he really was my dog soulmate. So I miss him a lot. So that has been another stressor along with relationship stressors. So life has been pretty heavy lately, and I'm usually not heavy on here. But although I am being heavy, I am going to also be positive because that is very important. Stress doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't send us a calendar invite. It doesn't ask us when we're available and when we can handle it and when things are okay and we have the strength. For me, it got so heavy that I lost the meaning of Blue Couch Chat. And before that, I lost the meaning in showing up for Tim and for everyone else. And I thought that I could only show up when I was polished, when I was strong, when I was at my best, when my day and my week was at a 10, when I was at 100%. I felt I had to be at my best. And when I wasn't, I went quiet. I pulled back. I isolated. I withdrew, just like I did last week. But here's the truth. Even at our worst, we can still help others. Our struggles remind someone else that they're not alone and they're not the only one. So I want to go to the chat. Have you ever felt like you couldn't show up unless you're at your best? And is there anyone who'd like to come on live and talk with me about it? Gregory, Tim is sending you love and light. I love you, Tim. Thank you. I know you've suffered your losses too. This is the part of the journey that no one talks about, is the survivor's guilt and the grief that we experience in all the losses. Thanks, Tim. I am trying to be okay with being the real me, even when I'm not at my 100%. And yes, you're right. Even when we're at our worst, we can still show up. And I'm sorry that I'm just learning that now. So my belief that I could only show up when I was at my 100%, it led to inconsistency, and inconsistency led to isolation and withdrawal. And I told myself no one wanted to hear from me like this. And that was the lie. And Tim, you agree with me because you said there are times that you haven't felt motivated, and I know the feeling, and we've both struggled. We've spoken about it, and we'll continue to talk about it. Maybe this conversation will become a conversation of more than one of us. Yeah, I know I don't have to apologize, but I still do, because I should have shown up as your friend. But at that time, I wasn't even able to show up for me. And I really was feeling like if I couldn't show up at my 100% for you, that I shouldn't have shown up. And Tim, you feel like you haven't shown up for me, but you always have. You always find a way, just like tonight. You couldn't be on here with me. I know you wanted to be, and you would have been, but you're still here supporting me. So you are showing up. So thank you. So my belief of having to be perfect and having to show up and be my best and look my best and be able to smile and fake it till I make it, it led to inconsistency. It led to isolation. It led to withdrawal. And that further led to a deeper and deeper despair and isolation. I told myself no one wanted to hear from me like this. But I realize now that that was a lie. But silence doesn't heal us. Isolation doesn't connect us, and hiding, it only deepens the pain. And Blue Couch Chat was never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be real. I have wanted to be real. I am my brand for Blue Couch Chat, and I want to be the real me, so I'm consistent, and the me that you see on screen is the me that you meet in real life. There is no two Shannons. It's just me. So I want you to do me a favor. Drop one word in the chat. What do you usually hide when you're struggling? Anyone? When you're struggling, what do you usually hide from the most? Well, for me, when I'm struggling, what I hide are my tears. I cry alone. I cry in the shower. I cry in my pillow. I cry when in my car when no one knows. And I hide my tears behind a fake smile. And Tim, thank you for having me. You always have my back. I love you. So it sounds like you're thinking, Tim, what do you hide? What do you hide from? What do you hide behind? I'd love to know. So that's where this toxic positivity comes out. It's that pressure to smile and to stay strong. And got my Kleenex tonight, Tim. I was prepared. Is that pressure to smile and stay strong and not let other people see you sweat or see you cry or see you struggle. I lost my best friend Yuli in December, and it was one of the hardest things I have ever gone through. It was not expected. And I had someone call me and tell me that because I'm a Black woman, I need to be strong and I can't cry over my friend. That is part of the toxic positivity. And that is part of the reason why so many of us struggle, especially us people who are minorities, because we're told, pray it away. It'll get better. God has you. You got to be strong. You're Black. You can't see them be weak. These white people are laughing at you. It doesn't matter. It's not about color. It's not about race. It's not even about gender. Men should be okay to cry. Honestly, I think the most manly thing a man can do is be able to shed a tear and share his emotions and be vulnerable. Tim hides behind Gary the Goat. I have my Gary the Goat. I left him outside in my living room. I should have him right now, but Gary the Goat has been the best gift for me, and I do scream with him sometimes. And yeah, we got to shout out crying because sometimes we just got to release our emotions, right? I don't think crying is bad. Right now, I'm trying to find a place where I can go do a primal scream. So if anybody knows of anywhere in Miami or anywhere in Florida I can drive to, please tell me. Because I need to do the primal scream and just let it all freaking out. I have years and years of pain and trauma to get out there. And yes, paging the Kleenex. And we all do have to do what's best for us and for our mental health and for our mental peace and to keep our peace and our zen around us and with us. Yes, shout out to laughing, but not when it's faking the tears that we want to cry. Let's get away from that because that's not healthy. It does sound like a good name for a movie, Primal Scream. Maybe we'll have a Primal Scream episode of Blue Couch Chat. I think that would be pretty freaking cool. So that toxic positivity, that you can't cry, that pressure to smile and fake it till you make it, to not let them sweat, to not make people uncomfortable because you're not okay, to not cry in the middle of a nail salon because you're grieving or because you're having a hard week. But if I only show up on Blue Couch Chat when I'm strong, I'm teaching you that what we call weakness isn't welcome here. And I want you to know that it's not weakness. Crying, sharing your emotions, talking about what you're going through, that's not weakness, family. That's strength. Because most people who give up, they're weak. The people who struggle, the people who don't seek help, the people who go in and they curl in a ball and they give up in life and they don't talk about their issues and they withdraw and they stay missing, that's weakness. Strength is in being here and being in my comments and supporting me and talking about what you've been through. Like Gregory opening up about his dad. Gregory, your dad was not weak. He just did not see that whatever he was going through was a temporary situation, and he chose a permanent solution for a temporary situation. And honestly, I've been really close to that, closer than I am afraid to even admit. But I realize now that admitting that to you on here, that is strength. Steve, thank you so much for supporting me. I'll call you later. I haven't been ignoring you, but this should explain why you haven't really been hearing from me. You're right, Tim. Strength is in being here and being in the comments and talking about what we've been through, coming on Blue Couch Chat and being guests on Blue Couch Chat, or showing up, or a cancer conquering community and sharing what we've been through. That is strength. And just our strength in sharing what we've been through or what we're going through or struggling through, it can give strength to so many other people. Lee Silverstein, during his last weeks of life, gave me so much hope, strength, and inspiration that I don't think he even realized that he did. And so if you want to see that and get that same feeling that I got, please go to episode 1 of season 1, the first episode of Blue Couch Chat. He's the reason why this is here. I would not be here if it was not for Lee Silverstein. So let's shout him out. Lee, I love you. I know you were diagnosed in September, and I can't even imagine. And your birthday's September. So feeling like you can't talk, that goes against everything I believe. And so me being curled up in my bed on a Friday when I should be here with you, that's not what Blue Couch Chat is about. Blue Couch Chat, it goes against everything that I believe and everything that I created this for. Blue Couch Chat is about truth. And it's about saying, I'm not okay right now, but it's okay to not be okay. And it's temporary. And every problem is fixable. Every issue has a solution, and no problem and no storm lasts forever. Not even the biblical flood lasted forever. The sun had to come out and the water had to go away. Blue Couch Chat is about truth. It's about saying, I'm okay. I'm not okay right now, but I'm still here. It's about saying that it's okay to not be okay. This couch is for laughter. It's for tears. It's for the messy middle. It's all. And so I want to know what hits harder, highlight reels or the unfiltered truth? What do you want to see more? The I'm happy, I'm good? Or do you want to see the parts where I'm me and sometimes I do cry and I get emotional? What do you like more about Blue Couch Chat? What resonates with you more? Showing up definitely is strength. Vulnerability is strength. I love you, Steve. Lee, I miss you. You have made such an impact on my life forever, and we will keep your legacy going on, me, Tim, and everyone else that you've touched, especially Zach. Gosh, I'm so glad that you had each other. The two best guys in the world had they were the best friends for each other. And Tim, I feel like our friendship is like Lee and Zach's. Just that we both have cancer, so we understand each other even more. But Zach, I love you for being such a great friend that you wanted to learn how to support Lee. And I love you so much. I loved you before I even knew you were Lee's best friend. It is okay to not be okay. And yes, shout out to the Bible and to God, because I don't know where I'd be without either. And thank you, Tim. I'm glad that you like the unfiltered truth. That is why I do Blue Couch Chat live, is so that it is unfiltered. It is the truth, and you get the real me. But now I'm going to stop hiding in my bed on Fridays when I don't want to do this. And I'm going to show up as the real me, whether I have makeup on or my PJs or whatever space I'm in. I'm going to show up because I realize that you want the unfiltered truth, and real is relatable. And yes, we are bros. And yes, Steve, you're right. I know I'm a medically and mental lifesaver for many. I never really realized how much I am until people like you tell me. And yet, Tim, we really should have a PJ party. I do want to take this time to thank some very special people. Jason Randall, when I withdrew and I disappeared, he reached out, and I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you. Shannon Costello, who had the police show up at my mom's door in Miami to do a welfare check, not knowing that I don't live at that address. She called from Michigan to do a welfare check for me. So did the Barons, Lisa, Jack, Nick. I love you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. To everyone who checked on me, and I have so many texts, and I will get back to you. So community and showing up for each other. And here's what really hit me. When I couldn't show up for myself, others showed up for me, as I mentioned. They called me. They blew up my phone. They blew up my Insta. They blew up my Twitter. They blew up my LinkedIn. They blew up my everything. They blew up my FaceTime. And as I mentioned, I had 3 people do welfare checks on me who don't even live in the same state. Thank you also, Zen, Britta, for doing that for Colorado. I love you. Actually, you're not, sorry. So I love you guys. And I realize that when I'm at my worst and I feel like I can't be there for you guys are here for me. And that's when this community and my family, y'all show up for me and you carry me. And so I'll say this to you tonight. You are not alone. You've made me realize that I'm not alone. Your struggles don't disqualify you from love, from purpose, from this space, or from this world. No matter how worthless or how hopeless things may seem, no matter how worthless you feel you are, no matter how hopeless things may seem, there's a reason why you're here and you're needed to be here. And we all need you here. So I want to know, who's been that person for you? The one who showed up when you couldn't. Tim, that's you for me. You've been that for me. Yuli's been that for me. Zen has been that for me. So many people, Steve, pretty much everyone on here, Antoinette, God, so many people have been here for me and shown up for me, even when my own family didn't. And y'all are my family, and I love you. And I don't want you to think that I'm just using that word lightly. Like, I mean it. Y'all are my family. And I'm gonna be honest. I spent the past 7 months helping somebody who has addiction, who I fell in love with. And he has PTSD. He's a veteran. He was in the Air Force, and he's been through a lot. And when he told me what he's been through, I didn't run because I've been diagnosed with complex PTSD from several traumas. I'm going to be open and honest here. My first kiss was taken from me. It was molestation. I was 11. It was an 80-something-year-old man. It was gross and still traumatic. My first time having sex, I lost my virginity to rape to somebody that I knew when I had a boyfriend that I was saving it for marriage, and we both wanted marriage, and I had known him since I was 11. I was raped 7 days before my 17th birthday. It was Sunday, March 13th of 1999. I will never forget where, when, how, what. It was right by my mom's house. It was right by a supermarket. So seeing that is always a trigger when I go there still. So I lost my virginity when I was 17 to a rape to somebody who was my friend who knew I had a boyfriend that I was saving my virginity for. I have been sexually assaulted several times. When I was raped in high school, I went to school the next day like nothing happened, but I was never the same again. And people still mention that day and say that I was never the same and there was something wrong with me. And that tells me just how different I was that day. I think I was basically catatonic, but I was there physically, but not mentally. And I didn't have anyone that I thought that I could talk to about it. So God got me through, and I started hating myself and doing self-harm, not physically, but through actions. And I had a lot of anger and hurt and pain and trauma that just weren't processed. And I'm still now in therapy at 43 processing traumas from way back from when I was a child. My first semester of college, I managed to graduate high school with a 4.0 still, despite what happened my junior year. And I got into Pratt, which is a really great college. I got a full scholarship, or what they consider a full scholarship, which was a lie, for architecture. It was one of the top schools for architecture at the time. And my first semester, my mom's friend tried to rape me. I was locked in his house for 24 hours, and he did hold me at knife point and threatened to hurt me or my mom if I told my mom what happened when my mom called me. I had no way of getting out of his house. There were burglar bars, and I had no way of calling the police because I didn't even know where I was. So those are the traumas that I've been through. I have been sexually assaulted to the point where I was not interested in somebody, and he decided to assault me, to trap me. He got me pregnant on purpose. And I will be honest with you, I had an abortion because I did not feel that I would be able to give that child the life that it deserved, and it would not be fair for it to grow up knowing that that's how he or she were conceived. And I have carried a lot of guilt for that over the years. So as you can see, I'm being real and transparent and vulnerable here, and I'm sharing some of my biggest pains. So I have been diagnosed with complex PTSD. I've been diagnosed with social anxiety disorder, which a lot of people wouldn't even believe that I have, but I do. General anxiety disorder and contamination anxiety disorder. And I know it's chemo-induced cognitive dysfunction, but easiest way for it to be diagnosed for most people is to just call it ADHD. But that's not what it is because I didn't have these issues before chemo. So mentally, that's what I've been dealing with. I deal with a lot of anxiety and depression. I am on anti-anxiety medication that I take every day, as well as a low-dose antidepressant. as well as I take Adderall to help me to focus when I need to. I also want to use this plug to say that August was Gastroparesis Awareness Month, and I will do an episode talking about gastroparesis. I was suffering with gastroparesis for years, and they now just did a study to find out that it is a side effect of Folfox, which I did as my chemo to save my life from colon cancer. So we'll talk about that. So now I want to hear from you again. What's one thing you've been carrying this week that you need to put down, even just for tonight? For me, I've been carrying for the past 7 months this person who I loved, who doesn't love himself, and obviously wouldn't be capable of loving me in the state where he is right now. When he's sober, he's an absolutely amazing individual that I would want to marry and have a family with. But when he uses, he becomes somebody completely different, and somebody who actually makes me hate myself and makes me feel stupid for loving him and hurts me in so many ways. He becomes like literally Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's really bad. It's like Bruce Banner and Incredible Hulk, two completely different people where I don't even see the real him in him anymore when he's using. And I had to walk away, as hard as it's been. And today was the day that I did that. And I still love him. I feel I always will. And I do hope that he does find peace. I hope he finds the love that he deserves for himself. And I hope that he's able to get sober, because he's an absolutely amazing individual. And even when he is using and he's not who he's supposed to be, there's still that good person in him, even though it's hard to see it. So back to what what I wanted to ask is, what's one thing that you've been carrying this week that, or even for the past few months, or even the past few years, or for me, my entire life, that you need to put down even just for tonight? For me, it's all my traumas. It's my cancer. It's my chronic pain. It's my heartache. It's constantly being let down. It's feeling isolated. It's feeling alone. It's feeling like my family doesn't love me. There are so many things to unpack. I love you, Tim. And yes, we are family. I would sing if I knew how to sing, but I'm really awful at it. And Tim, I'm glad that I could be there for you, because you have always been there for me. And we've been through some really hard times together, and some really hard things. And you're my bro fam. You're my bestie. You're the love of my life. And I have a lot of love for you. And it's really hard to even find words to describe how much you mean to me. So that was a open couch moment. Not many people opened up with what they feel they need to put down, even just for tonight. But maybe you aren't comfortable sharing that. But whatever it is you need to put down, I do want you to put it down. Maybe even if it's not just for tonight, maybe it's for tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you need to go to your happy place. For me, it's the ocean. I actually put my surfboard and my swimsuit in my car yesterday, because I intend to go to the beach and go surfing tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will permit, because every time I intend to go, it decides to rain. So I intend to do something that makes me happy. So put in the comment what makes you happy. Where do you go when you need to let something chill for a minute and find your center and your balance? For me, it's the ocean. So I do want you to know that you can always come on screen during an episode. You can always call in if you don't want to share your video or what you look like. We can use an avatar of you, like a cartoon, or a color or something, and it can just be your voice calling in, whatever you're comfortable with. But I want you to know that this is your platform, not mine. I created this space for you. So let's share our loads together. Let's not be isolated and try to share and cover and carry things by ourselves, because sometimes just talking about something makes you realize that it's not so bad, and you can get through it. So I want to close with gratitude and positivity, not toxic positivity, but real positivity. Because even when we're going through the roughest, there's always that glimmer, that little bit of sunshine, even during the storm. Even during the worst storm, there's a calm. Sometimes storms are good because they give the grass and our flowers and our plants water. Life and the world would not be habitable if it wasn't for rain and storms. The biggest thing is that we have to learn how to ride those storms and ride those waves. And we have to learn that they don't last forever and that we just have to weather them. Whether it's finding cover under an umbrella, staying inside for a little bit. And sometimes maybe we need to just dance in the rain. I went outside and I walked in the rain today, and it was such a really good feeling. And it was so invigorating being out there. So, to close with this gratitude, I want to thank everyone who checked in on me when I went quiet once again. I want to thank you for the calls. I want to thank you for the texts. I want to thank you for the reminders that I matter, even when I forgot that myself. I want to thank those of you who supported me, Tim, Zen, Emmy, who supported me when I was trying to support the person that I loved. And I ended up with my cup being empty. I want to thank you for being the ones to kind of fill my cup a bit and to remind me that because my cup is empty, I need to walk away and refill it. Thank you for that. Thank you for being real. Thank you for being genuine. Thank you for being raw with it. Tough love is love. It's the best love sometimes when you have friends who can really just tell you the real shit. So Blue Couch Chat isn't just about perfection. It's about humanity. It's about transparency. It's about vulnerability. It's about being real. It's about knowing that cancer freaking sucks. Life sucks and then you die. But there's still parts of life that are so great and worth sticking around for. And to think that a week ago, I was in a place where I wouldn't have wanted to be here. And what would have happened if I wasn't here tonight talking to you? I wouldn't have realized how loved I am and how supported. So I want to say thank you. So, as I said, Blue Couch Chat isn't going to be about perfection anymore. It's going to be transparent and real and vulnerable, which is my original vision that I lost touch with. Sometimes you'll see me laughing. Sometimes you'll see me crying. Sometimes you'll see me crawling. Sometimes you'll see me walking. Sometimes you'll see me running. And sometimes you'll see me soaring. But I'm always going to be honest, and I'm always going to let you know where I'm at. So please keep showing up. See what I did there, Tim? Not just at your best, but as your real self. Sometimes even when we don't show up at our best, it gives others the opportunity to show up for us like you guys have done for me tonight. Please check in on someone this week. Be that reminder for them. And remember this couch will always, always have safe space for you. I do want to share something special for you guys, if I can find it real quick. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. I'm looking for it as we speak. Give me a second. While I'm looking for this, do you want to put in the chat what meant the most to you tonight and what you want to see more of from me and what really stuck with you? I would really love to know, because this was not the typical episode, but I felt that as season 2, episode 2, it was best to talk the real number 2. So I'm trying to find it. Wait 1 second. Thank you for being patient with me. Tim, do me a favor. Can you please put the link in the comments for how you register for your showing up event, please? Put it in the comment, and I'll make sure to put it as a ticker as well, please. So this is this song by Simone Bozeman, who is Chadwick Boseman's wife, who we know we lost to colon cancer back in 2020, I believe. And of course, he was really young. And I just feel that this song, it reminds me of where we're at right now, and that we need to check on our strong friends. So again, I want to thank you again for checking on me, your strong friend, or so I like to think that I'm strong. So let me share this, and then I will do my outro. Check on your strong friends, we've been going through it. People call you graceful when they see how you be moving, and you don't know what you're doing, but you make it look so simple. Take another lash and say it only hurts a little. Baby, how are you doing? And how do you do it? Going up, burned out by the fire that keeps you warm. Rain should have washed you clean, now you're freezing in the storm.
And the struggles that's meant to shape you, they damn near gon' break you. You can't carry it all, even your strong friends fall. Mhm. Check on your strong friends, they might be spiraling, so good at hiding it, you never know. It be the ones that never need nothing. You see them smile, so you let it go. Go end up burnt out by the fire that keeps you warm. Rain should have washed you clean, now you're freezing in the storm. And the struggles that's meant to shape you, they damn near gon' break you. You can't carry it all, even your strong friends fall. Oh, even your strong friends fall. Yeah.
Feeling good or another one?
I'm feeling pretty good.
So, as that song said, even your strong friends fall. Check on your strong friends, because sometimes we fake it until we make it, and you don't know how weak we are or how close we are to giving up. You don't know how hard somebody's burden might be because they're strong enough to carry it, and you don't realize how hard it is to lift it. Sometimes we just need to be able to talk about things. And so I'm grateful to all of you for being here for me. So I'm always going to be honest, and I'm going to keep showing up, not just at my best. And I want you to keep showing up, not just at your best. And I always want you to be honest and vulnerable and transparent, because that's what this place is for. That's why I created this space, because my family got tired of hearing about my shit, and they felt that I always talked about my shit, and they didn't want to hear about it anymore, because they feel that once you have cancer, your life goes back to normal. But honestly, it never does. Physically, mentally, emotionally, once you hear the words you have cancer, your life is forever changed. And if you're a loved one whose loved one has had cancer, your life is never the same again either. Grief is real. I lost my grandfather while fighting cancer, and watching him suffer from pancreatic cancer when we were diagnosed a month apart. He died after 6 weeks. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to endure, harder than my own battle, because I felt so freaking helpless and I didn't know what to do for him. So before I go, I want to go back to the comments. And Tim said he's back with peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a glass of milk. PB&J sounds so good. Do you do grape jelly or strawberry jelly? I want to know. Thank you. That what meant the most to you is that I showed up with my vulnerability. It was really hard for me to do this today, but I felt like I had to do it. And I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to continue to show up no matter how hard it is every Friday and be here for all of you. And hopefully when I am having days like this, you guys can be here for me like you've been. So thank you. Say number 2 again. Poop, shit, ish. Number 2, poo poo, doo doo, all of that. Season 2, episode 2, the real number 2. It's kind of what I should have named it. Instead of showing up, I should have named it the real number 2. I can change that. I shall change that. Tim wants you to know that you can register for the Perspectives on Cancer event in person at perspectivesoncancer.com. Please be aware that this is not a cancer conference. It's not a retreat. It is really special and unique, and it is something that I look forward to every year. I have gone to many conferences and several retreats, and this is one of a kind, and I get so much out of it. It is, there's just, it's hard to describe what Tim has created, but it is really beautiful and it is needed in this space. And remember that you don't have to be a cancer survivor or a caregiver to come. You just need to be impacted by cancer in some way, even if it's your dog or you're a medical professional. However, cancer has impacted you, you deserve to be in this space as an ally. And yes, it is life-changing, Tim. You are right. So please, guys, register. I'd love to see you there. So let's go again. For my outro, I want to repeat this again because it's important. I want to close with gratitude and positivity. I want to thank everyone who checked in on me when I went quiet. Thank you for the calls, the texts, the reminders that I matter, even when I forgot that I do matter and that I am worthy and that I do love myself and that life is worth living. Blue Couch Chat isn't about perfection. It's about humanity, transparency, vulnerability, and realness. Sometimes you'll see me laughing. Sometimes you'll see me crying. And sometimes you'll see me crawling back, as you have on this episode. I think I've done all of that. I've been everywhere emotionally this episode. And thank you for being on this roller coaster with me and not thinking I'm crazy. But I will always be honest. I want all of you to be honest. So I will keep showing up, not just at my best, but as my real self. And so I would like for you to always be honest, for you to always keep showing up, not just as your best, but as your real self. Check in on someone this week. As San, or as Simone Bozeman said, check on your strong friends. And remember this couch will always, always have space for you and will always be a safe space for you. Until next time, stay real, stay present, stay connected, don't withdraw. Please remember that even through whatever you're going through, no storm lasts forever. No problem is unfixable or unsolvable. Please remember that you're worthy, you are loved. There's a reason why you're in this world, and there is somebody who will miss you. And as someone who lost somebody close to her to suicide, I can tell you that that pain is not something that you want to inflict on somebody that you care about. Before you have any kind of feelings that you want to do something, please reach out, whether it's to a friend or a family member, or please dial that 988 suicide hotline number. You can even text them if you don't want to call. But please don't do a permanent solution to a temporary situation. I'm going through a lot right now. I don't even know how I'm going to pay my rent because I'm having issues with disability after being on it for so long, and I am permanently disabled. But I showed up today despite going through all that and all the depression that I've been carrying for months. I showed up today. I did some self-care. I got my nails done. Tomorrow I'm hoping to go to the beach. I've been drawing, I've been painting, I've been reading, I've been listening to music. Whatever it takes for you to get through those hard points, just do it. And remember that even when you feel that you're drowning, there's always somebody who loves you that's holding out that life raft for you. So please stay connected, stay present. I'm going to say stay positive, but not in a toxic positivity way. But stay positive as in you have purpose. Life is worth living. Everything is temporary. Nothing is permanent. The only things that we have to do in life are pay taxes and die. And we don't want to die before we have to. And a lot of us, like that you've seen here, me, Tim, and all of us, we fought to be here. And we continue to fight to be here. And I appreciate you allowing me to be vulnerable and transparent tonight, and all of the traumas that I've suffered from abuse, molestation, sexual assault, domestic violence even. Um, I appreciate it. Stalking, all of it. I am glad that I have this space that we can talk, and we will have more conversations about that because I'm not the only one. Like I said, this channel is not just about cancer. It's not just about health issues. It's about life. It's about the real ish, the mental and the literal, and the figurative, all of it. So please stay connected with me. And if I do withdraw again, I'm going to try not to, but please check on me. Check on your strong friends. Sometimes we need you the most, and you don't even know. And sometimes we don't need a lot. We just need to be reminded that we're not alone and people love us. So thank y'all for being that for me tonight. Thank you for always supporting me. You mean more than words. And I am super grateful for you. I'm super grateful for all the support you've given me over the past year. And I will work on being more consistent with Blue Couch Chat. And I will show up as myself every week. Good, the bad, the ugly, the non-makeup, the pajamas, the whatever, the tears, the laughs, the smiles, whatever it is. I promise I will continue to show up and be consistent for you guys now because you deserve the consistency. And so do I. I love you. Until next week, stay positive. Remember that everything is fixable and solvable. And also remember that storms pass, rainbows happen like today. There was the worst thunderstorm, and during the sunset, there was a gorgeous, gorgeous double rainbow that I witnessed. I don't even know if I can even share that that image. Let me see if I can find it to share it real quick. I don't have it to share. Unfortunately, it didn't sync to my computer. Actually, I could just airdrop it. So give me a second because I really want you to see that even after the worst storms, sometimes the rainbows happen, and the sun has to come out. So let me share these with you real quick. It doesn't want to share. I don't know what's going on. Let me try again. Maybe it'll be in downloads. Let me try it one more time. I'm sorry. I just really want you to see this beautiful double rainbow because this is what my day was like. And I really want you to see it because it was the closing of a really hard week, and it was really poetic that this is how my week ended. And of course, it's not going to want to share. It's going to want to be a pain. Let me see. Be patient with me, guys. This is what happens when we do live. Things don't always happen the way we want to. Let's see if I can get this to share. Okay, it worked now, so I should be able to share it. See, I'm very determined and stubborn. So let's see if I'm able to share it somehow. It's not letting me share that file type because, of course, iPhone can't be normal and just have JPEGs. No, they have to have weird image files. So I send it to myself through text, if I can share it that way, because I think this is a really great way to end the episode. Let me see something real quick. I can actually share it this way, I believe. So let's do this. Stop sharing the screen. Let's share the screen and let me share window photos. Let me photos first. I'm learning. I'm sorry, guys. But thank you for being so patient with me and all the photos, and hopefully I can now share them with you. Let's see what happens here. Share an image file. Let's go to photos. There we go. I got it now. Thank you for being so patient. We got it to work. Or so I thought. I was trying to share an image file and it said it canceled. So let me try to open it again. Maybe I need to do it this way. It said there was an issue with it. So let me do it this way. And hopefully you're seeing it. This was the double rainbow that I saw tonight and was absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And let's remove that because you were seeing infinite screens like in the Inception. But I do want to wrap it up now. So until next time, please stay real, stay present, stay connected. If you got anything from this tonight or any of the other episodes or what I'm trying to do through Blue Couch Chat, please do me a favor, not just like, not just comment, but please share with your friends, your family, your medical professionals, especially. Just say, hey, there's a survivor. Tell them about Blue Couch Chat. I can send you bracelets if you want, so you can give out to fellow patients and doctors. If you tell them about Blue Couch Chat, I can also put up like a graphic that you can just print out as a card to give to your doctors, or you can just show it on your phone as a picture. But I will create that for you and put it on all my socials and the website. I do want to say my website is live. I forgot to even say that. My website is live. I did it in one night. It has been up for months, but I'm a perfectionist. So I've just been looking it over, trying to make it better and better. But bluecouchchat.org is live. So please look at it. Let me know what you think. There's also a link to the episodes, which will link you to my YouTube on the website. There's some facts, and there's a way to sign up to be a guest, as well as to answer questions and contact me. And my phone number is on the website, so you can actually reach me directly. I am easily accessible. So yeah, let me know what you think of the website. Let me know how I can improve it. I do also want to include blogs. So if you want to be a guest blogger or writer, I also want to include survivor stories. So whatever you want to help me add to that website, I'd love to add it. I would also love to feature resources like Man Up to Cancer, Tim Share My Liver, Tim Sohn showing up perspectives on cancer. But what I need for you to do if you want to be listed as a resource is I'm going to need to meet with you and we film a little 1-minute video sharing your story and what you do for your resource so that people can not just go to your resource and click on a link not knowing what you do, but view the video and know what you do and see if that's what they need before they click and read through an entire website or whatever. So let's work on that together. As I mentioned, I am easily reachable on Facebook, but I'm going to also let you know that here are ways to contact me. And I'm going to put them as banners right now. The first one is the website. I don't know if you're seeing it. I added the banner. Tim, this is why I need you. Let's see if it'll work now. I am not seeing it. But there we go. Show. So yes, bluecouchchat.org is up and running. You can reach me at Shannon at bluecouchchat.org. You can also reach me at info@bluecouchchat.org. And of course, you can reach me on all social media as Blue Couch Chat. And of course, you know that you can also reach me on my personal Facebook page, LinkedIn, and all of that at Shannon Lee Sin. Do remember that Blue Couch Chat is on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, now on TikTok. And I think that was all of them. So yes, please follow me. Please like, please share. The more followers I get, the more I can help you. The more I can help other people. So please follow me, share me, ask your friends, families, loved ones, medical professionals to follow me, like me, subscribe. It's really important. Please help me to help you. That's my only ask. I'm not asking for money right now. That's my ask. If this means anything to you, if you love me, if I'm your friend, if you support me, if you believe that what I'm doing is helping, please share, like, subscribe, and get others to do so as well, so we can get this out there. I love you. I am actually going to share the Blue Couch Chat website right now, just so you can see what it looks like and how to navigate it. And please give me some input on what you think about it. I'm open to suggestions. So this is the website. And if you click here, it does let you contact us to become a guest on the show and fill out a form. If you click here, it doesn't really do anything, but you have home. This is the home page. It tells you about what we do. The fact that I'm trying to do advocacy in an innovative way and fight cancer in an innovative way. This link right here leads you to our YouTube. This is the fact that it's done all by one of us, for all of us. I do this for all of you. And like I said, it's advocacy and awareness done with creativity. As you can see, this is the contact information here, the phone number for Blue Couch Chat, the info at bluecouchchat.org email. You can click here to also contact us as well. It's more than just the homepage. If you click about, it talks about the mission behind Blue Couch Chat and why I am so passionate about this cause. There's also a little blurb about me and why I created this and the purpose, as I said. And also another button, once again, to contact us, contact me, let me know how I can help you. And I'm available 24/7. Whenever you need me, this does come through to me directly. There are some facts here about colorectal cancer. These are things you can share with your loved ones, and your friends, and even your medical professionals if they don't feel that you should get a colonoscopy because you're under the age of 45. This is something that you can show. And also, the biggest thing is that, let's go through it. What is colorectal cancer? It's also known as colon or rectal cancer. It's a disease that occurs when cells in the colon or rectum grow out of control and become polyps, which then can become a tumor. It can be detected early through screening tests, which can help improve the chances of successful treatment. What are the symptoms? Change in bowel habits, blood and stool, abdominal pain, weight loss, other symptoms. And sometimes there are people who are stage 4 and they had no symptoms at all. When should you get screened? The American College of GI recommends screening for people between 50 to 75 and suggests screening for people age 45 to 49. But if you're 45 or older, or if you have any symptoms or family history at any age, please get a colonoscopy. I was diagnosed at 29, which means that my siblings and my first degree relatives all have to get screened at 10 years prior to my diagnosis, which would be 19. Or if they have symptoms before that, they would have to get a colonoscopy. There are options for screening, like the colonoscopy, the virtual colonoscopy, and other tests, including the Cologuard. However, I do want to tell you what's most important is if you get a positive test, please follow up with your doctor. There are statistics out there that say that out of the Black people of African descent who get a positive test that is a non-invasive test, which is anything other than the colonoscopy, only 25% of them show up to their doctor to follow up with either an appointment or a colonoscopy within 2 years, which means that 75% of people who potentially have colon cancer who have African descent are not following up with their doctor. And I don't care what race you are or what gender or anything like that. If you get a positive test of any kind, please follow up with your doctor. Even if you hear during a colonoscopy that you have cancer, please don't freeze in fear. I am still here. It's not a death sentence all the time. There are people who are stage 4 who have gotten to be NAD and be cured and live 20 something years. And that's way before the new treatments and everything have happened. So there is always hope. So if you get a positive test, do not panic. Colorectal cancer is treatable and beatable. And if you get a positive test, please, please, please follow up with your doctor. And that is how I want to end the show, is premiering that website that I worked so hard for. I hope you liked it. Please, as I said, give me input on how I can improve it, make it more legible, more easier to maybe navigate or whatever. But just let me know. And like I said, I do want to create more sections with not just the episodes, but also survivor stories and blogs and things like that. So please remember to reach out to me whenever you can. And please, I'd love to have you as a guest. I can't have enough guests. I don't like to do episodes like this where I'm talking to myself. I really love talking to other people and hearing their stories and just giving other people hope. The more stories we share, the more people will realize that early age colorectal cancer, early onset, is not so rare. So the more faces and the more stories we can get out there, we're not only helping others, but we're helping medical professionals know that this is not so rare and they need to listen to their patients when they come in with symptoms and they're under the age of 45. Thank you again for joining me. I know it's been a little bit longer of an episode than I expected, but I really, really, really appreciate you being here with me and supporting me as you always do. And thank you for saying it's a positive, beautiful message. I don't know which part you meant, Tim, so please put in the comments what you meant when you said that. I guess when you were saying check on your strong friends, yes, check on your strong friends. And I'm grateful for all of you as well. And I love you. And Tim, I love you through thick and thin, shit and no shit. For real. I love you. Huge hugs. Thank you for supporting me tonight in the way that you could. You showed up in the way that you can, and I do not take that lightly. So thank you very much. And strawberry jelly, interesting. I do like strawberry, but my fave is peanut butter and grape jelly for sure for my PB&Js. And I'm glad I could make you giggle. And yes, it is a safe place, full of love. And orange marmalade minus the peanut butter is actually pretty good too. I do love that as well. And we all matter more than we know. And sometimes we just need to be reminded. So when you feel that you don't matter, please reach out to someone so they can remind you. I am willing to be that person if you need to. You just saw my phone number. That is my real phone number. It goes straight to my cell phone right here. Check on your strong friends. We need you. We're not always as strong as we seem. Sometimes we hide things and we're really good at hiding. And connection is everything. And I'm really glad I connected with you, Tim, and everyone else who's watched me tonight and who will watch on the replay, and everyone that I have met and networked with and just connected with in general. I'm grateful for all of you, and I don't believe that we meet by mistake. I believe everything happens for a reason. And Tim, thank you for connecting and building a community out of connections. I'm hoping that we can do the same here with Blue Couch Chat. And Steve, thank you so much. I wish you the best as well. I look forward to joining you next week. I will be here. I am going to show up next week, even if I'm in my PJs and I look like crap. I will be here. And you're a gift from God as well. And God bless you. I will call you in a few. And yes, Tim, everybody needs to remember 988. It is life-saving. And I will share my paintings one day, and maybe that could be a fundraiser for people to get original paintings to raise money for Blue Couch Chat, because there are some things that I want to do to build my studio, as well as to make this go mobile, where I can actually do Blue Couch Chat at different events and different places and take it with me. I think that's really important. I don't know what the mic drop part was for, so if you could let me know. But yes to all the issues, all the kind of issues. And remember that if your shit is not normal, or your ish is not normal in terms of your physical ish, you need to check the toilet every time you use it. You need to check the toilet paper when you wipe. Don't assume that it's hemorrhoids. Please, 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 if you notice anything, even if it's just once, please go to the doctor and insist on a colonoscopy. It's better to find out that it's hemorrhoids or something that you ate, or you need more fiber or more water, then you find out that it's cancer if you wait too late. And I do love all of y'all too. Au reservoir, reservoir, as me and Tim tell each other. I love you guys. I am grateful for all of you. And I can't wait to see where we take this now that I have made the commitment to be consistent. Yes, indeed. I love you. Good night. Like, follow, comment, share, and most importantly, share, and get others to like, comment, and share as well. The more people that we touch, the more people we help, the more awareness that we raise, and the more we get people to know, doctors to listen. So yes, and please, 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 please contact me to be a guest on the show. I don't care if you have colon cancer or breast cancer or leukemia or lymphoma or multiple myeloma, or if your dog had cancer. I want you on this show. If you're a medical professional or you work in research, I want you on this show. Please help me to help others. I love you. Good night. Can't wait to see you next week, no matter what I look like. And sorry, Tim said, shout out to my sink. I don't know why. Oh, to the image, it didn't do that. I don't know why, but I got it to go. And yes, it was an incredible double rainbow. It was beautiful. It was right when I got out of the nail salon. That was what I got. And it was a reminder that today it stormed. My life has been a storm lately, but rainbows are beautiful, and there wouldn't be rainbows without storms. And thank you about the website. I was not expecting to do the live launch tonight, but I figured that it was perfect. It was a perfect time. Jenny, thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in. I love you. And I hope we can connect. I'd love to have you on here. I love you lots. And Tay, thank you. I know you caught the end, but you can catch the replay. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think about it. I know we have a lot to talk about mental health and other things. So I love you still. And yeah, take care, everyone. Until next week. I hope next week will be a 10 for you. I know you might have some days that are zeros, -2s, 1s, but I do hope that they all average out to a 10 and hopefully a 20. I love you all. Take care. Love yourself. Love others. Check on your strong friends. Good night.